What's up, guys? I have an interesting clip for you guys here today. I'm sure you guys have seen it at this point. Chris Pratt has been kind of all over the news the past day or two because he defended RFK Jr. That's all he did. He just defended him, defended what he's doing, defending the health initiative that we're pushing for in this country. And the internet pretty much went crazy. I'm just going to go over what he said in the clip, and I don't know why people are losing their minds over it. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'm just going to dive right on into this.
In politics, you inherit enemies, and when you jump on the bandwagon with who is the most divisive president ever, it makes sense that you're going to be made to look terrible, and so I don't know what to believe, because it's not like I sit with Bobby and I go, so hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about. It's like we're just playing cards or playing Mafia or having fun or having dinner. I'm not going to pick his brain to find out exactly which of those things are true. I just kind of assume that none of them are, and for the most part, I wish him well, man. I hope there's certain things that he oversees that seem to be supported in a bipartisan way, like getting terrible toxic stuff out of our kids' food. I think that's a great thing, and so if you do that, that's amazing. I'd hate to be so mired in hatred for the president that any success from his administration is something I'd have an allergic reaction to. To be like, oh, well, if they do it, I don't want it to happen. I'll put Clorox in my children's cereal myself. It's like, come on, be reasonable here. There's certain things that would be a good thing to have. I want them all to be successful.
See, this is the point here. Is like he points out there are people in this world that just absolutely hate Trump. They hate the Trump admin, everything to do with it, to where when there's things that both sides agree on, like our food is toxic. That's one talking point the left and the right have always talked about. Everyone always talks about how great like European food is because there's no chemicals in it and none of this weird additives that we have in our food. People talk about how they can eat the same foods in Europe and then come and lose weight over there eating those while they gain it here, eating the exact same foods. This is something that people have been wanting for a while, removing artificial dyes. Potentially removing certain chemicals in the future. I know Kennedy is like doing kind of one thing at a time. Getting soda off food stamps because soda, there's nothing nutritional about soda. Soda makes you sick, especially if you drink an abundance of it. And I think it's like 12% of all food stamp purchases go towards soda. That's absolutely insane. So this is stuff that people, for the most part, support. But we live in a society now where if you even give any kind of compliment to the administration, the Trump administration, you're automatically demonized. It's the worst thing ever. This is a horrible thing going on. And it's really sad, especially when it comes to our health, because we all know our government, left or right, it does not care about the health of the American people. We are one of the most obese countries on the planet, one of the most diabetic countries on the planet, have one of the highest rates of autoimmune disease, and nothing is changing. Robert Kennedy wants to change that. And I think he's off to a strong start. I hope he keeps pushing forward. And I fully support what he's doing. I think it's great. Now, I want to show you another clip too. So this is a clip that was going around too. Bobby Kennedy is doing this like challenge to get people kind of like in shape and stuff. I think it's called like the Pete and Bobby challenge, Pete and Kennedy challenge, Pete Hegseth and him. And what they're trying to do is try to get people to do 50 pull-ups and then 100 push-ups in like 5 minutes. This is a challenge yourself. Try to see you do it, and I'm going to play a little clip kind of talking about it.
3, 1, 2, 3, 2.
By the way, I just want to throw this out there. I don't understand why Robert Kennedy always works out in jeans. I don't know if people have seen it. Like you'll see clips of him at the gym, like I guess in his off time, and he's always wearing jeans. I don't know why.
3, 3.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary. I'm here with Secretary Hegseth from the Department of Defense. And we had our big Pete and Bobby challenge today. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. You try to get under 5 minutes. How'd you do?
We got close. I was about 5:25. You were right behind me.
We had a couple of Marines here.
One beat 3 minutes, a couple beat 4 minutes. Pretty impressive.
It was President Trump who inspired us to do this. This is the beginning of our tour, challenging Americans to get back in shape, eat better, but also you need to get out and exercise. And we have a challenge. There was another cabinet member So we hope to show up today. We told them there was a cabinet meeting here. But anyway, we want to send out a challenge to Sean Duffy to come and do this.
So he's promoting health. This is something we haven't seen from our government in a long time. Not only from the food aspect, which he's working on, but from the physical aspect too. Like, people need to move around, even if it's like going for a walk. That's so beneficial for your health. And this is something that no government administration has talked. Even Trump's first term, they didn't talk about this, because let's be real, Donald Trump is not a health nut. He does not care about his physical health. The man eats like crap. You know, I support him, but he eats like crap. He drinks a lot of diet soda. Like, he does not care about his physical health. But I'm glad that he put RFK in this position. And this is something like Chris Pratt supports. Pratt supports healthy kids and healthy living and all that stuff. He promotes a healthy lifestyle. He's pretty strong. And I don't understand how anybody could be against this, really. And I want to point out something too. So the fact that Robert Kennedy
Body challenge today, 50 pull-ups,
is doing that at 70 years old is absolutely insane. Like, look at that. 70 years old. And then also focus on Pete Hegseth too. Like, see the pull-ups he's doing here? Pretty easy, right? Let me show you what the left has been sharing. The left has been passing around this video.
it was President Trump who inspired.
So basically, he's probably at the end of his 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. He's struggling to get the last one in. And they're all sharing this, calling him a weakling. Because there's one pull-up here he's struggling to get. This is how much they hate the Trump administration, that they're willing to downplay something that's good, healthy, being healthy, working out. This stuff is good. This stuff is good for America. This is good for our country, regardless if it's the left or the right doing it. And they're going to clip something completely out of context and be like, oh, this is the guy that wants to promote health. Oh, look at this weakling. He's the head of our military, blah, blah, blah. This is how much they hate Trump and they hate you guys, because they're passing this on like it's real and it's completely misleading. This is how much they want America to fail. Like, if the Biden administration did anything close to this, I would support it. But instead, they put some kind of trans person in charge and promoted trans ideology and, oh, take all these pills for your health instead of working out and eating good. Just put a bunch of pills in your mouth. That's the same effect. It's absolutely insane, the society we live in. And there's a reason why not only physically health we're struggling with, mental health too. And that's because people aren't going outside in the sun. They're not moving around. They're not eating healthy. All these things impact your mental health. If you're eating like garbage every single day, that's going to impact your brain. If you hide from the sun, that's going to impact your brain. This is stuff not talked about. And I'm glad we have a person in charge of this that's promoting this stuff. And I'm glad people like Chris Pratt are like defending it. Like, his comment about the Clorox in the cereal, I think it was absolutely hilarious. And I'm glad he's not afraid to speak out on it. I'm glad, and there needs to be more people like that. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in Hollywood. I mean, if you've seen any Marvel movie, all those dudes care about their health. Like Chris Hemsworth, all of them do, sorry. This is something that needs to be talked about more. And I'm glad Chris Pratt is doing that. And I don't care what backlash he got. People already hated him anyway just because he's a Christian. So they're just going to keep hating him no matter what. I'm glad you guys like this video. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about Chris Pratt defending Bobby Kennedy and what Bobby Kennedy is doing in America. If you think he's helping, if you think he's hurting us, or if you think maybe he's just not doing enough yet. We got to understand it's only been like 6 months. Got to be a little patient sometimes. Some of this stuff takes time. Like I said, like, subscribe down below. Catch you next time.